Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. I'm Dr. Pat, and you know what? I'm so grateful. All of you guys, thanks to Benny and all of you, rebranded the entire deal like 12 years ago. Because somehow, all y'all, Benny was the leader of the pack, somehow found out that I actually went to school to get this PhD thing. And the show is Crust Busting Your Way to an Awesome Life. Just Google Crust Busting and Christina Aguilera. Benny, I'm getting ready to give our girl another award.
I would too. I like her new
I am getting
style.
ready.
Yeah, you should do that.
I am getting ready. And why would we do that, Benny? Well, today's show with Mike is all about that. Mike Murphy, everybody, the creation frequency. Here's why. Let's talk about her for a minute, if we could. Ex-Tina. Let's talk about her. So here we have somebody that broke right out of the box and said to her media companies, her album, I got to write the music the way I got to write it. And so we created the Crust Busting Award for her. And it was actually one of several awards we then went on to give, and we're bringing it back. But why did we do that, Benny? Here's why. Because myself and a handful of other people, Rob and Brenda, of course, of Conscious Talk, another one, Martha Norwalk, I want to mention her, myself, Patricia Raskin, and there are two others that are no longer doing the shows. We popped up and we decided, all y'all telling us that there's no room in talk radio for women. That was number one. Boom, right there. That is not the creation frequency. The second thing they said to us is, you people with this positive conscious talk, forget about it. We're going to give you maybe 15 minutes. Forget about it. And we're like, we don't even know what you're talking about. Then I had a meeting with the executive from Jones, Benny, and they heard about the show. They want to pick up the show. And I went in and I'm like, I'm telling you, I didn't know what I didn't know about this. I was thinking, who are these people? I now know they're a mega syndication group, right? And the gentleman sitting across the big desk says to me, you have a great show, but you don't know what you're doing. And I said, what do you mean? He says, you have no idea what you're doing. I said, great. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm having a blast. We're reaching women. That's our demographic we wanted to reach. He said, you're wasting your time. And by the way, you don't even know formatics. And I looked at him and I said, thank you. Thanks a lot. He said, hire yourself a radio coach. Did two things. I looked up formatics and I Googled a radio coach. I had a radio coach for 1 week and he fired me. He said, you're not doing the show right. You're not arguing with people. You're just so nice to everybody. You're so supportive. That will never sell. Fast forward 15 years later, we gave Christina Aguilera an award. Google it. Why? Because she did some things that nobody else wanted her to do. And I want to honor all of the people out there that are doing talk radio and the way we decided to do it and are carrying the mission forward now. There is such a thing as positive progressive talk radio. Simply, we are positive talk radio. Lately, we have been called the Disney of podcasting radio. And I had to think about what that meant. But this show today, Benny, is about honoring people that don't stay within a blueprint, but create a frequency all their own. That's why Mike Murphy is joining me here today. How do we use his fabulous, incredible book, The Creation Frequency? because I guarantee you that I would have really moved a lot faster had I had this book to tune into the power of the universe, to manifest the life of your dreams. If I'd have had this in front of me back in the day, Benny, I think we'd have been given a lot more crust-busting awards. So let's talk to Mike. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. You just greatly inspired me.
Well, listen, you're the author of Love Unfiltered, a Wall Street Journal bestseller. Beyond all of that, you are in the world of success, abundance, and manifestation. And, what's fascinating about this, when I got your book across my desk, and I got the review copy, by the way, and Linda was here, and she handed me the book, and she said, I review all the books. She said, do you want to interview? What do you think about this book? I didn't even open it, and I said, absolutely, absolutely. And then I read the book. And one of the things that I love is what you're doing to open up a door for everyone to create the life they want. I want to ask you this question, Mike. I've read about you. You're amazing. You're a philanthropist. You're an entrepreneur. You're a spokesperson. You're a success. Decades of it. I want to know what challenges, Mike, what obstacles did you, Mike Murphy, the author of the fabulous Creation Frequency book, what did you have to overcome to bring you to this very moment?
I think I had to overcome every obstacle that everybody listening to us right now has to overcome or has overcome. And, I really, I made a mess of my life early on. And, and some of those habits, they get ingrained into our programming and they're hard to break out of. And, and these are difficult times and life is not easy right now for most people. And but once we understand that everybody listening to us right now, Dr. Pat, is already created their physical reality using the creation frequency, which is really just using our thoughts and our emotions to bring into our physical reality what we desire. Unfortunately, most people do this unconsciously, and they're using a program that was instilled in them by others from birth until age 10, perhaps, and it continues, right? It's the television, the movies, whatever. It's all programming. And so, but I was so blessed to meet the mystery man a long time ago that taught me how the universe really works and how the law of attraction really works, and incorporated a technique that I've never seen taught or written about ever, and that's using the power of sound. And so I think once people understand how this works and that they're already creating their physical reality based on thoughts and emotions, and then they become conscious, and then they learn how to write a proper intention, and then the miracles start to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I love this. And I was reading that in your book, and you're referring to Douglas Fitzgerald. The other thing I was really struck by, Mike, and I want to take a moment to talk to you about it, is what your dad said. Bob Murphy, you also dedicate the book to, because my mom said it with a Southern accent, and I would like to read it. This is in the book, everybody. If you're going to do something, give it all that you have. If you're going to do something, give it all that you have, or don't do it. Love you, Dad. My mom would say that to us girls all the time, but she would use a couple of, like, if you're going to do it, have blank, don't do it. Right. Either you know what or get off the pot.
Yeah. And that's what's missing in today's world, Mm-hmm. And, I learned that at a very young age, maybe 10 years old. My dad said, hey, go clean the garage. And, and I didn't really do a good job. And then I came in, okay, I'm done. And he inspected it, and he just lost it. He said, listen, if you're going to do something, do it right or don't do it. And, it was that work ethic right there that was instilled in me in a very powerful way. But that really enabled me, no matter what I was doing in my life, when I had a job, I always gave it everything I had. And so, therefore, it was very easy to get the next promotion.
Yeah. So here we are. Listen. You're sharing your wisdom. You're sharing your insights. You're sharing this based on your personal experiences. And this is really the world right now. This is what we've created. This is what those people that I mentioned earlier in the show have created. We bring our personal experience to the forefront, and we're telling stories about it. You know, I've shared stories about being homeless at 17, have a mom that committed suicide when I was 6. But how important is it for us to share these deep stories with people, as you say, to unearth the hidden beliefs?
Yeah, so the reason the 12-step programs, people share their stories over and over, it's just so that people can relate, And if I come, if I'm born into money and I have this perfect life, no one's going to relate to that. The fact that I've been broken and I've fallen down and I've been destroyed and I've been crushed and I keep getting back up, that's what people need to hear, because here's what happens. Like, so you have this event in your life, this terrible suicide. I have this terrible event in my life. So people either grow bitter or get better. And so I think, it's very, very important to realize that this too shall pass, and that we came here to do something. In my deepest, darkest moment, this physical therapist that was working on me said, Mike, listen, your wife died. That's unfortunate. But she came here to either do something or to learn something, and you should celebrate that. Okay, I'm in immense grief. I can barely even function. He says that to me. And then he says, and you, on the other hand, you're still here. So you either have something to do or something to learn. So get at it. Now, if the guy wasn't bigger than me, I would have punched him. But no truer words have ever rang him. Those words have never left me, And it helped me get through my grief, and it also inspires me when things get difficult, trying to serve and help others. That's a difficult task as well. When things get difficult, it's those words that keep me going.
Mike, I got to tell you that, this book and the way you've written it, the way you explain this is such a beautiful narrative for the world we live in today. One of the things that I was reading was, you're talking about the fact, listen, if you're feeling sick, just like you said, dissatisfied, with life, we got to raise our personal vibration to the pitch that our intentions and desire resonate with intentions and desires of the universe. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, I want to talk about that pitch. It really is pitch perfect. I really want to talk about how we are looking at these frequencies in the universe and underutilizing. And if we're looking at ourselves in the mirror today and we're asking ourselves, why am I not happy? Why am I not living a life I love? Why am I not ... Mike's going to tell you all about that when we come back. We'll be right back with the show.
After all you put me through, you think I despise you. But in the end, I want to thank you. 'Cause you made me that much stronger. Well, I thought I knew you, thinking that you were true. I guess I couldn't trust, 'cause your blood taught me so, 'cause I've had enough.
Integrate spirituality into your everyday lives on Universe Soul Heart Radio. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as Kathleen Johnson explores the concept of sensible spirituality, keeping you grounded, connected, and centered on the path to wholeness. Kathleen has dedicated her life to facilitating holistic healing and wholeness in others. Listen to Universe Soul Heart Radio and learn how to flourish, grow, and impact all we do on planet Earth. For more information, go to universesoulheart.net.
To see your life from an angel's perspective, book a personal consultation with Claire Candy Huff, angelic walk-in angel Ariel at Angel Healing House. Candy provides intuitive counseling, Reiki, and angel readings in person in Los Angeles or nationally and internationally via phone or Skype. She will channel the practical tools you need to transform your life. Call now 831-277-3716 or visit angelhealinghouse.com.
Are you looking for the perfect setting for your next workshop or retreat? At Spirit Fire Meditative Retreat Center, cultivating consciousness is what we do best. Our guests count on us to create an atmosphere that supports serenity and well-being. We lead from the heart and create space for the mind. Freshly prepared meals designed with local and organic ingredients, 95 acres of beautiful woods and pastures, and a facility built with green in mind. This is what you'll find at Spirit Fire. For more information, visit spiritfireretreatcenter.com.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
To find answers to life's questions, you need to look within yourself. Dr. Glenna Rice brings your questionable conversations on Transformation Talk Radio each month. Tune in each month for insight into how you can live up to your full potential. Dr. Glenna is a physical therapist, certified Access Consciousness, and Access Body Class facilitator. How does it get any better than this? For more information on Dr. Glenna Rice and her work, visit glennarice.com.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Benny. Thank you. Hey, for those of you out there, we have 3 copies of The Creation Frequency to give away during the show today. And then the other thing is Mike, of course, has created, Mike Murphy, my very special guest and the author, who has created something really super special for everybody out there. And so let's go ahead. Let's get Benny busy. Let's give a first copy of the book away, 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. And remember, we're taking your questions. If you don't want to come on air, just let Benny know what it is. And Mike, what is the best way to find out more about you? But also, you've created something really super for people that buy the book.
Yes, so thanks for asking. So my personal website is MikeMurphyUnfiltered.com. And inside that is a page called thecreationfrequency.com. And so we spent over $100,000 creating an online course. We actually filmed it at my retreat center in Medellin, Colombia. And to put it in perspective, so 30-something years ago, I paid the mystery man $350 for 7 hours to create my intentions and then record them. And in today's dollars, that's over $1,100. And when I created this course, our introductory price was $197. Normally it's $397, but a special introductory price of $197. So for anybody that buys the book, which I think today is at $12.86 on Amazon, and if they send us proof of purchase to special offer at thecreationfrequency.com, we will send them access to this online course. And it takes about 6 to 7 hours to take, and it will give you all the background why this law of attraction works and why incorporating the power of sound makes it so much more powerful, plus so many other things. Since I met the mystery man, I've read every book on manifestation and law of attraction, and so I've really dialed this in and made it very concise, very easy. And at the end of taking this course, you'll have your own personal blueprint with your intentions written out and other enlightening things about yourself and how the universe really works. So we'll make that available for free. Anybody just buys the book, and the book's a great gift for if you know anybody in your life that's struggling, give them the get. And you know what? You know, you can give this promo code that we're going to send you to many people to take the course. So I want to get this information out. I'm tired of watching people suffer when they don't have to.
Okay, I just got a question, came right in. They're asking a question. Hey, Dr. Pat. Hey, Mike. Does it count if I buy the Kindle edition? Okay,
yes,
question.
For sure. Yeah, no problem. Just send us a special offer at thecreationfrequency.com, and we'll send you access to the course. And also, a little FYI for people that get the book, we also, at a great expense, again, we created an app at iTunes and at Google Play where you can download the Creation Frequency app, and we've embedded into it. You can record your intentions, which you'll learn all this in the book and how to do it. And, there's no difference between imagination and reality. We'll show you how to write an intention so powerful, and then you can get the app for free, and you record it, and you listen every morning and every night. And we teach you how to reprogram your subconscious mind, really get your intention clear, move from the head to the heart, and get what truly inspires you and what your deepest desires are, and come from a place of vibrating at that level, and with love being the highest vibrational frequency. And then we've embedded the recording with high-frequency theta brainwave music, and I could go on and on about why this works so effectively.
Oh, I know why it works. Listen. this is why it works. We did our own study, okay? And I want to talk about the intention creation formula here now and why this works. We did our own study. Dr. Dan Cohen created a chair called the Soul Tech Lounge. And you need to really look at that. This is a chair that he created where the vibration of speakers and layered music, it is remarkable. It is now being used in medical, for treatments, medical treatments. But we did our own study because we've been told about the frequency of our network and our hosts and our co-hosts and the Dr. Pat Show. And so I didn't know nothing about nothing when I started this. I was really so depressed in my life. I really was. But I knew, kind of like through my stepmom, like you're a dad, that you got to do something. And I really am a positive person, as they'd like to say. Not all the time. But we studied the sound waves of our show. We measured them, words. Like where you and I are talking right now, and we're talking, you can see the change in sound waves. If we say abundance, prosperity, or we say doubt, mystery, you can see it.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to you. You have really hit on something transformative. Many people ask the question, why didn't the whole secret thing work? You've really got a reason for it because there's something about this vibration. There's something about resonance and dissonance that drives it. Tell us what that is.
Well, first of all, let me comment on the secret because the secret was a great product in a great way, but they made it sound like it was too easy, and it's not easy. This stuff's not easy until you understand it, and then it's really easy. But you just can't put something out and wait and hope that it comes, right? You have to do a little bit of work. And so in writing these intentions and then recording them with this sound, it's interesting that according to the Bible, the Creator created this entire physical reality by speaking it into existence, And I've done a lot of studies around the power of sound and vibration and energy. And that's all, Tesla said that's all there is. You want to understand the universe, it's energy, vibration, and frequency. And so when we get vibrating at a very high frequency level with love and service and compassion and forgiveness being the highest, right, then we attract all this good stuff to us. And then the more we do this, we get into a level or a mode of giving. And when you're giving, you get blessed beyond your wildest dreams, especially if your intention is pure. If your just intention is to love and serve others that are suffering, then the blessings that come from serving those people are just mind-blowing. And so that's what I tap into, and that power,
Yeah. Well, I love this because it works. Okay, so let's talk about it works. I love this. I love this. I wish you were here for 5 hours. Everything is in the book in such a practical yet powerful way. And thank you, Benny. First copy of the book went in a nanosecond. So let's go ahead and give a next copy away. 1-800-930-2819. Let's talk about this formula. Let's talk about the formula that has to do with how we talk about it, what the tense is, the language, positive, negative. Is it emotional? Is it powerful? Is it authentic? Gratitude and all. And we're not going to be able to get to all of it today. Right. But I want to just go through some of it because I looked at this, and now on my team here and what we're creating with an expansion of 10 channels, everybody's going to have a copy of this book. We're going to follow this formula to the T because I think we do some of it, but we don't do all of it. What have you discovered? Is that true for most people that we do some of it, but we don't do them as a collective?
Yes, I agree 100%. And we also, most people quit, within days of their miracle or their breakthrough, right? So you have to be steadfast with anything we do. And we live in this microwave society. We want everything now. No, you have to give it a little energy, and you have to give it a little time and a little patience, and then these things come to fruition. Let me share this with you and your listeners.
Yes, please.
That I think is very valuable information. So right now, your in my subconscious mind is taking in over 1 million bits of information every second, okay? And now this supercomputer, our subconscious mind, goes through those 1 million bits of information every second, and it chooses 40 bits to deliver to our conscious mind because that's all our conscious mind can handle. But it's going to give us what it thinks based on our self-talk, our actions, our habits, our beliefs. It's going to give us what, and it doesn't judge, okay? And it's going to give us things that supports us. So if our self-talk is always negative, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, that 1 million bits of information, that subconscious computer is looking for 40 bits of information that's going to reinforce that. And here's another important thing. I'm sure you're familiar with the work of Dr. Emoto and water. So water holds memory, and so we're 70% water. So all that self-talk and all that negativity, and our mind is always looking for what's wrong instead of looking for what's right, because millions of years ago that was a valuable asset. But today we don't need that when there's not a tiger hiding behind a tree over there. So we need to, and most people, the mind is using them. Okay, I say. The longest, hardest journey any of us will ever take is about 18 inches long. It's from the head to the heart. And when I live in the heart, now I use the mind as a processor to bring to me in my physical reality what my heart desires, what my true self, my soul, my essence really desires for a life for me and why I'm here. Now I'm using the mind. Typically, what used to happen to me before I learned all this is I get a lousy thought, create a lousy feeling, which is therefore I don't want. What do humans really want? We want to feel good, so I'm going to get rid of this lousy feeling. So that leads to an action. It might be drinking, it might be promiscuity, it might be drugs, but I got to get rid of this lousy feeling, okay? And so then we create a lousy life, a lousy destiny. But when I get into the heart, I'm crystal clear on what I'm trying to create, what my intention is. Now I can use this amazing tool in my head, allegedly, and use it to create a plan to bring in the desire of my heart.
This is so powerful, Mike. It's so very powerful. I mean, if we had 5 hours, you and I can share with our listeners very specific results based on what you've put in this fabulous book. And what I love about the book is I have read close to 8,000 books, and all on every subject, a manifestation, you name it. This is a book for people like me. I'm a really average person, and I have a learning disability. So what you put together is a book that says, this is what we want you to do. This is why you do it. And by the way, I'm giving you a bunch of great tools to help you do it every day. Yeah. Now, homeless at 17. Nobody more than me wanted to manifest not being homeless, meaning I wanted to be thriving in life. I wanted to manifest the life of my dreams. I wanted a roof over my head. I wanted food to eat. I wanted. And if I'd have just sat there and just wanted it, I'd still be homeless today. But I had to get up. I had to go to the Port Authority. I had to get 2 different baseball caps in New York because there were 2 different baseball teams. And I had to ask people for money. That had to be one of the hardest things for me to do in my life. Yeah. And I'll tell you something I learned from it when we come back, because you're going to take us on a journey of how frequency can help us or not help us. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, everyone. And we've got a caller. Wants to call in. We'll bring her on.
Are you stuck in unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or low self-esteem? Do you crave a life of inspiration, love, self-acceptance, and fun? Sounds like you're on the verge to your next big thing. Join Laura Richer, host of On the Verge Radio, helping you use your breakdown for a breakthrough, overcome life's greatest challenges, and live the life you want and deserve. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio or visit SeattleHealingHypnosis.com for more information.
Relationships are bridges. Truly, they are bridges. Think about it. We're all here for our journey, and relationships help us fulfill ourselves, find ourselves, and get to the highest potential. So as you fulfill your dreams, you also give people space to fulfill their dreams. So remember, integrity, respectfulness, and nice, deep love and soft touch is essential for every relationship. So what are we not going to do? We are not going to possess. We are not going to be overly attached and be a tag-on. And we will not unnecessarily get involved or control others. Because when we do so, we lose ourselves, we lose our path. So let us live with love, respect, and some beautiful dignity.
Are you ready to make deep, lasting, transformative changes? Then tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio for Susanna Jameson's hit show, Love, Light, Sound Radio. During her show, Susanna inspires and supports spiritually and health-conscious individuals all over the world to reconnect with their hearts, their inner peace, and balance. Love, Light, Sound Radio. Transformation happens here now. For more information, visit SusannaJameson.com.
This is Debbie Pokornik with a break-free parenting tip. Parenting will always be a bit of a mystery. Who knows why some parenting ideas work and others do not? Or why some kids seem to succeed despite family setbacks, while others have so much given to them and yet fail to thrive. The one thing we do know is that once you have a child, you'll never be quite the same again. Awe-inspiring emotions like overwhelming love, extreme guilt, intense frustration, and incredible joy make this job second to none. Breaking free of parenting pressures means recognizing the pieces that make us unique, the pieces that we carry with us from the past, and the pieces that are influenced by the society we live in. When we can pick and choose which pieces we want to keep around and change the others to align with our inner wisdom, we will feel more self-assured in our role as a parent.
For information and to work with Debbie, visit empoweringnrg.com.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain.
Yeah, Benny, that is why we gave her that award. That song right there.
Yeah.
It was the tipping point. And for those of you that have not seen the video of that song, just go ahead and look at the video of that song. Christina Aguilera did something for all of us that have seen ourselves as different in our lives. That video portrays that we are beautiful no matter what. Mike Murphy does in the creation frequency, what he does is reminds us that we are beautiful and powerful. And it is our birthright to be able to create a life that we love and we want. Mike, before we go to the phones, because we have a caller, before we go to the phones and before I give away the last copy of the book, you've created something special for people. If you don't mind, tell us what that is again.
Well, we've created the online course which people can take and really, it's so simple the way we teach it is so simple to understand how the universe really works and how this law of attraction and manifestation really works. And between the course and then there's a free app they can download I promise if anybody does this, their life will get better quickly and beyond their wildest dreams.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get a copy of the book because you have a special offer for people that buy the book.
Anybody that buys the book and just sends us proof of purchase to special offer at thecreationfrequency.com, we will send them a promo code where they can access the online course for free.
Okay. So what's the email again?
It's special offer at thecreationfrequency.com.
Okay.
And to learn more about the course, they can just go to creationfrequency.com, and there's a lot of information on the course there.
Special offer at thecreationfrequency.com.
That's correct.
I just want to make sure everybody knows, because I'm already doing mine. Benny, we have somebody that wants to talk to Mike.
Yes, we do. We'll take Charlene calling in from Prince George, Canada. So, Charlene, welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi, Mike.
How are you?
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Charlene.
Hola.
I had to phone because I've already been working with this for years. Your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, the head, the mind, sets, everything, like your awareness. Who am I behind the thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the creator. I'm the one who fills the mind and just all of those different things. But when you resonate with your own home frequency, you can magnetize wonderful things into your life. But you have to be love-based, heart-based.
Mm.
You have to come from the heart, the soul.
Yeah.
You have
and
to.
that's
you have to be
and
connected.
Charlene, that's what I really talk about in the book, is if to manifest your intentions as your desires, the more love that is attached to these intentions, the faster, quicker, easier they come to be. You know, I was blessed to meet the most amazing woman and fall in love with her. And 9 months into our relationship, found a stage 3 tumor in her breast, and she was only 29 years old. And so for 9 years, we battled this breast cancer, and she's the one that taught me the power of love. And through her illness and her courage, and then through her death, and through that experience that we both went through together, and then left me here alone, but through that devastation, that's what taught me how powerful love is. And that's the only thing that kept me going after this event, was the power of love and the power of service to others. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been the same.
I totally get where you're coming from, because I did the same for my mother for 2.5 years. I nursed her with cancer. And then afterwards, I came into that heart-based center, and the reason that I connected the dots was because I kept winning things off of the radio, and it was the frequency. I would tune into the frequency of the radio, and I would actually flip from station to station, and in my town where I live, they go, "How do you do that?" Because I just instant manifestation, but it was music, always music. It was sound, and each album or CD I would win would have a top hit, like even Christina Aguilera, and there'd be a certain song in there, and it would resonate with me, and it would be heart-centered, and it would help me to heal from my loss from my mom. But everything connects the dots, everything. And even your book today, it came at just a special time. I feel so blessed.
Thank you.
Wow. You know, can I just say for a minute, first of all, thank you for calling in. You know, here's what I want to say about your call in today and what I've learned doing this show. I must thank you. People are listening to you. They are going to be forever changed based on you calling in and sharing your journey, your story, and the possibilities you discovered. And I don't know that you or any of the callers realize how important you expressing yourself is. And I cannot thank you enough. I want to thank you so very, very much.
I feel aligned with both of you at this moment, because I know from the depths of my soul that when your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs are in harmony, they're aligned with the source of your beingness, you're at your most powerful, and it's love. Love is the most powerful frequency you can be on.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. And did you get a copy of the book? Did you actually get a copy of it? Okay, very good.
Yes, I did. Thank you. Bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you. Benny, I think we're going to go ahead and skip this last break. Thanks, Benny. You know, Mike, during the break, I bought the book, and I just sent off my email with my Amazon on it, and I am going to be buying a copy of the book for all of the people on our team. so that we can do all this together. Because I want you to talk about this. The hardest thing that I've heard over time from listeners is, Dr. Pat, I'll listen to your show, and then I go home and I talk to my family, or I talk to my loved one, or I talk to my partner, and I tell them I really want them to get on board. So one of the questions that just came in, Mike, I'd like to ask you, and I read it. Hi, Dr. Pat. Hi, Mike. What a great show. This is from Andrea. And I think this is West Virginia, WV. Thank you for the show. I love what you guys are talking about. Here's my dilemma. I need your help. I'm going to talk again to my family about what I've learned. I always share. Everything's abbreviated, so bear with me, Mike.
No problem.
I always share. But what do you do when the rest of the people in your life don't get it and don't want you to get it? Uh-oh, that's a good one. I've been there.
Well, I'll give you one example. So 22 years ago, I had an opportunity to buy a Volkswagen dealership in the city of Oakland. And my mother-in-law, had done business in Oakland, had a terrible experience. She said, "Oh, don't ever go to Oakland. Don't do anything," right? And so thank God I didn't listen to that, because it's been one of the most successful businesses I've ever owned. And so I think here's the problem in the world as I see it. We come into this world, we're born these beautiful, perfect babies, okay? And ironically, they tell us we're born a sinner, so I always wonder what we were doing in the womb for 9 months. But they immediately want to take our power away. And the way they do this is divide and conquer, and systems, right? So we're born into a medical system, through a medical system, placed into a family system, and then a religious system, and then an education system, and then a social system, and then a political system, a monetary system. And what do we want? Freedom. Okay, so in the heart's going, whoa, where am I? How did I get here? So they want to take our power away. And so my whole teaching, my whole book, my whole course, everything is about people taking their power back. Now, if Andy really had her full power, okay, people think I'm crazy, okay? I mean, I have friends and relatives think I'm crazy, right?
Me too.
Because I'm always searching, I'm always evolving, I'm always growing, right? But I don't need their approval. Of course, do I want it? Yes. When I launch a new book, do I want people to like it? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm human. I have that conditioning, okay? But it's all programming. I know that, but it's still there, and I still get competitive. I still have an ego, even though I try not to. But that's part of the human condition. We're spirit in a human body. And so, Christ said we're in this world but not of this world. And so when we get that and we take our power back, then what they say will just be like water off a duck's back, right? But until you get to that confidence and you get your power back, then be careful who you say things to. I mean, this is what I love about the way I use the creation frequency today and have for the last 25 years. I just speak my intention out there, and they sound crazy, and guess what? They come through, so, and I'm talking like big ones. I'm talking like lots of money or lots of love or lots of happiness or lots of incredible experiences. And that doesn't mean that I don't still struggle and I still don't get negative thoughts and I still don't, have issues, okay? That's part of the human condition. But when it comes to the spiritual and the unseen world, I keep growing and growing and growing and therefore become more and more powerful in the physical.
Yeah, and this is really part of the message. And for those of you just tuning in, we're talking about the creation frequency, which is Mike Murphy's latest book, Tune Into the Power of the Universe to Manifest the Life of Your Dreams. The other thing that Mike has done is he's said, listen, for those of you that buy the book, here's what I'd like you to do. Just go ahead and send Mike or Mike's folks just a proof of purchase. And it's very simple to do because, Mike, you've created an email that says special offer. Did I get that right? Special offer?
Yep. At
thecreationfrequency.com. I just sent mine off. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to get a copy of the book for everybody on my team. And we're going to do this together. And somebody just sent me a text and said, why? They just sent me a text and said, why, Pat? You're doing a great job. Okay, great question, Mike. I love our listeners.
Yeah.
Here's the answer. We've listened to all of our listeners for 15 years, and they want more. They want more channels. They want more ways to access us. You know, we're on that Alexa thing. Alexa, play I didn't even know that. That's Jessica and everybody over here doing all that. We are on the verge of launching a technology that doesn't exist in broadcasting, and 10 new channels. And we want to raise funds. We have 2 crowdfunding initiatives that are going to launch this summer. One of them is the work I do in my foundation. I'm a Lyme disease advocate, so we're creating a really cool video game to educate people. But this is so we can help create a better world, right? That's what our mission is here. Your mission, as it states, create the life of your dreams. And you're helping people do that. I want to ask you this question. What can we say to folks? I know we can't go through the book, but what would you say to folks? Folks, today you can do this to raise your frequency.
Well, one, you got to get crystal clear on what it is that you truly desire and want, okay? So people are in different stages of life, and we're always manifesting certain things, right? You know, when you're a baby, you manifest how to crawl and then walk and so on and so forth. So we're always manifesting already. The trick is to get conscious of that. You know, many of us manifest things that don't work for us. Like, I guarantee you there's tons of lawyers and doctors that are lawyers and doctors and hate it, but they were programmed by their parents to become that, right? Because they never got clear on who they were and what they wanted. So you got to get out of the head and get into the heart. And I think we have to not, you know, there's the old saying, I think, so therefore I am, right? I say, no, I feel, so therefore I am. We got to get into the feeling. We have to get into the heart. The feelings don't lie. They're true. But the mind can be so manipulated and brainwashed. I mean, trust me. You know, I always say to people, if you want to go crazy, you know, every night watch half the time on MSNBC and the other half on Fox, and you'll think you've gone nuts. Because it's insane, right? And so, but so the mind can be programmed, and believe me, we're all programmed, and it's powerful programming they do here. But in the heart and in the gut, our real brain, in my opinion, is in our gut feeling, our instinct. You know, I mean, these birds are born with instinct, and they know, you know, at a certain time of year I fly south, and then I go back north. Whales go south and come back. We have the same instincts, but somehow they get screwed up here in this world today because there's such heavy programming and other things that create toxicity in the body and in the gut, so now we don't think as good. Toxicity that clouds the pineal gland, so now we don't have that vision, you know. And there's so many things that we need to do to break free of this and get crystal clear, and then just, and most importantly, I know you believe this, all your work is leading this, but these are serious times right now for humanity, I believe. Yeah. You know, and I used to say that I'm doing this work for my kids and my grandkids, right? Yeah. And then one day I had this insight, well, wait a minute. Maybe there is a thing called reincarnation, and maybe there is a reason we keep reincarnating into the physical. So maybe I'm doing this for a future me at some point so that I can come back and have this physical experience. I'm sure you've heard of the brilliant author, Dr. Bruce Lipton in biology.
Oh, yeah, right?
Bruce. So I was having lunch with him about a year ago in Costa Rica, and, you know, and I was saying, listen, you know, this physical, I could take or leave this physical thing, right? The moment I get out of this body, I'm going to be happy, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. He says, Mike, I totally understand that. But can I ask you a question? Out of body, in spirit, can you taste chocolate? You know? And so there's so many beautiful things in this physical incarnation and reality that happen that sometimes we lose sight of that, and we lose the gift, right? And so but I really believe that if we don't, and I love what you're doing, I thank you for it, and I applaud you, that if we don't really start waking people up to the truth and what's going on, humanity, in my opinion, as a 60-year-old man who grew up in America, I see it going in the wrong direction quickly.
Mm. And you know what you're talking about? You really talk about it in the book, if I could reference this story. You're talking about being of service. See, all of us here, we know we're being of service. My friends didn't understand what I was doing 15 years ago. They thought it was a hobby. Now they understand that it's more than that, because clearly for somebody like me, I could be sitting on a beach in Hawaii somewhere with my pension and everything else, right?
Right.
In your book, you nail it, though. It's under a promise made. And you go on to share about the mystery man instructed you to write down your sixth intention. But then you go on to say this, all I had was that feeling in my heart that had awoken when I remembered listening to my father's stories of his troubled childhood. So all the friends of Bill will appreciate what I'm about to say now. So I took that feeling and turned it into the following statement. It is deeply rewarding to have created a transformational facility that serves as a home for troubled youth. I feel so purposeful knowing that I am helping young people who are struggling like my dad when he was growing up. I'm able to draw on my own experience to share wisdom, strength, and hope I have gained in turning my life around. It is so uplifting to share the 12-step with these young men. I'm so grateful to be of service. And this is now, that was the promise I put out in the universe.
Yeah, and listen to this, is very fascinating. So I had 5 other intentions with the mystery man, and most of those evolved around success and family and business and stuff like that. And I became wildly successful and abundant. But the one thing I toyed around with helping others. Okay, I would speak at church, I teach Bible study, I teach in juvenile hall, stuff like that. But I really never completed that. And that's what led me to meet this woman and 9 months later find this cancer, because after her death, we started this nonprofit in the Bay Area working with women below the poverty line while they battle cancer. And by the way, all the proceeds from my books and anything go to fund that foundation. Doesn't go to me personally.
Wow.
But more importantly, we've just now, then that's evolved into, we're building a natural healing retreat center in Medellin, Colombia. I have a 20-acre farm. We've had 4 retreats already. And then recently we just created the Margot's Community Center in Oakland, and we're working with the youth here that come out of foster care or juvenile delinquents, and we're teaching them the creation frequency. We're teaching them how to fish rather than, what we do with the women here with cancer. We give them financial grants because they don't have any money, they lose their job, they get sicker, and their expenses go up, and they're really screwed. There is no safety net. So I've been doing that for 6 years, and I can tell you just the most amazing, powerful stories through that work. But now we're excited. But what's interesting, so that intention you just read was written back in the early 80s, is now coming to fruition, and this is how the Creator works, right?
Yeah.
It's all synchronicity.
Well, here's the thing. I love that you shared that because I had no idea. I am and was part of a project team to create a brand new concept in treatment, wholeness treatment for recovery. And myself and a group of people put an entire business plan together. But Dr. Ronnie DeLuz and myself, we approached the whole wellness aspect of it by building right into the facility a complete comprehensive approach, mind, body, spirit approach to recovery and addiction. Yeah. Now, that project didn't get funded, but isn't it interesting you and I are talking?
Right.
Because we've got to take action to help people. And not just talk. Mike, thank you for today. What a great show. One last question, and I hope you'll come back.
I'd love
What's your personal message? What would you like to leave us with? And again, please tell folks how they can find out more about you and your foundation.
Yes, so the foundation, if anybody would like to donate to it, it's a beautiful foundation. I don't take any money out of it. I fund most of it myself. It's probably the purest foundation, or one of the purest foundations in the world. That's the Love from Margot Foundation at thelovefrommargot.org. My personal website is MikeMurphyUnfiltered.com. And my personal mission statement is to love and to serve those less fortunate. And like, there's 7 billion of us. If half of us would just lift someone else up, we could transform this consciousness that's going on in this world right now, and all the bad stuff would just dissipate, and we would raise the level of love and service and compassion and forgiveness, and it would blow this place wide open, and we could usher heaven back onto earth, because I think we need to do that quicker than later.
I totally agree. Thank you so much. You're going to be hearing, everyone, Mike Murphy. Again, I can't say enough about his invitation to help all of us change our lives. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We're not going anywhere. We got more juiciness, more high frequency coming your way. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
preceding audio was via a Skype call.